Hey guys, welcome back. Just wanted to give my reviews on the Covenant portal that got released today. Um, so I think this portal, just for when we have good features like this group here, of a lot of great heroes. Um, this is why this portal is a little bit more expensive, I think, than the other local portals that we get, like the seasonals, some of the challenging and covenant. When you have a series of a portal just putting out heroes that one, they're buffing moving forward, or they're putting like a lot of more emphasis and support on moving forward. You gotta find a group or niche of heroes that are really, really, really good, and then kind of use your resources on these particular portals and hope you get lucky. So I just want to talk about, just quickly go over the featured set that they have here. I think it's a great set. Um, Hurricane, um, hit three, status element reset, same as one of the Bard heroes, and then burn damage over the course of four turns. It's a lot of burn damage, and then absorbs it back as health. Um, Great on the concept is great for defense heroes. Plus he's the rogue class. He can dodge, so he has a lot of survivability built into his kit. Um, the only downside is average speed, but if you can speed this up, find ways to kind of make survivability a non-issue, or get the tiles to charge a little bit faster on defense and offense. It's going to be a great unit. Um, my goal is to pair him up with Domisha's second costume, which has the elemental down, Aramis, which has a very aggressive attack, great defensive capabilities and things of that nature, and then he's just going to be the final piece. I think that on a hit three combination, I think if you LB2'd Aramis, Domisha and Aramis can kind of take out a side on their own. Um, but if you didn't and you still have them at just regular 480 or just LB1 at 85, this combination definitely allows you to take out a side. They're all the same speed, so their synergy will charge all at the same time, and then you can kind of go after who you need to go after. Um, also, you can probably use this with Luhi, who's also average speed. He dispels first, does a defense down. Pair him with another average hero, like one of the featured heroes here, Peppermint. Right, she's also the same speed, right? Average speed, hits, does poison. So she'll do poison. Um, Hurricane will do burn, right? And there's a lot of status effect that you can inflict on your opponent, and then kind of stall them out with your healers and support units. So not a a bad combination here, um, with this setup. It's great, excellent hero. I'd put him in the probably in B plus, because he's gonna get depreciated. His skill set is gonna get depreciated, but for right now, he's really good. Kind of like Faylene, right? When she came out, she was amazing. Fast, hit three, right? Mana generation wasn't really the biggest thing, but everybody had her on the wing when she hit, especially if you had buffs up and things of that nature. She would hit you, get that bonus damage from her class ability. But she's been depreciated down. Still an okay hero, but she doesn't do much. The 64% um, defense down kind of helps in very fast wars if you can get her off on a hero after they cast their special. They don't charge up as quick because of that 64% negative mana generation, but she's not that great in this day and age. Um, Cupid, probably the best hero of the group that came out. I think that Valentine's group was solid all the way around. I was fortunate to get all three, and I've only leveled Cupid. I actually have the very fast um, blue from that banner in queue to level up, simply because of the ability to dispel first and then hit. And since we are in a meta where the alpha ethers are um, given the ability of taunt to some heroes that are becoming a bit annoying to battle. Sometimes, very fast wars, you don't get that, that ability to get 3 to 4, well, the 4 turns for the taunt to wear off naturally. So you have to find ways to, if to find dispellers, do dispellers, and then be able to cast what you need to cast, and then block, the Owl Freaks and all all these big hitters that are gonna come. Because at that point, you go into four. If you're fortunate to get to turn 4 and they don't fire, turn 5, chances are somebody's firing. So Cupid, excellent targeted, mindless. Definitely recommend you level a copy of this hero, and you can utilize on a lot of teams. Currently, um, I am not using him. I think on offense, he goes into. I don't think I have him on the attacking side of offense. I think I have Cupid as a support unit. So I'll put Cupid with a healer, and use one healer in red, Cupid as an attacker, that can, if I get the red tiles early, at least have some healing and buffing support. And then Cupid can kind of disrupt anybody who's about to cast their specials, and then give me enough time for my primary part of my team, or the offensive side of my team, to get their colors and their tiles on the board and get their specials and go off. So that's currently how I'm using Cupid right now. If you have a different strategy with Cupid, post in the comments below. Let me know. I would like to use him a little bit more because he's great for both offense and defense. So I really like him. Green Knight, probably the last two portals with Hippo and Green Knight. Green Knight, they've been A+ heroes. Very good in very fast war. Great in standardized war. Great in base formation. Excellent in reverse formation. A lot of survivability built in. Great at lead off. Hits everybody. Defense down first. Big damage. Forces them to, be in kind of defense, in more in the defense role rather than attacking. Because if you can get synergy with him and his other units that are gonna go off, yeah, it spells death for the opponent. So definitely, I have mine's LB2'd. I don't think you need him at LB2. I unless you guys are gonna go with green tanks, which then he's an excellent option at green tanks, because he can attack and pretty much set up the rest of the team. Excellent, and he has the ability to survive, come back, and kind of be a bit of annoying. So definitely recommend, if you have him, to level him. Milady de Winter is the S-class person on this banner. She, outside of being slow, there's no flaws with this unit. Like zero flaws. She's the reason she's slow is because she is all her abilities and everything that she does is excellent. Pairing her up with her class, and they all go off, forget it. It's an automatic L. Just run away, come back. But yeah, she's the S class of the banner. She's who I am currently hoping to get. Peppermint is a B. Nothing super crazy about Peppermint. I think we've seen everything that she has, except for the purple tiles stacking poison damage. But again, you pair her off with Luhi, and Ursina as well, where she can, Ursina can be some defensive support, hit hard. She can hit, get some some poison damage, and then you could kind of wither down your opponent if they don't have the ability to heal. I don't think she's bad. I just don't think she's anything special. There's a lot of heroes that kind of fall into this, attacking class. Oh, excuse me. Um, there's a lot of heroes that fall into this attacking class, but don't do anything special. Um, and if you have options, this is not someone I would recommend that you level. However, if you don't have options and your roster is limited, there's nothing wrong with leveling this hero. I think it does a solid job of how she's designed. Um, who else is in here? I think that's it. That's the 6 feature that we covered. Faline, Cupid, Green Knight, Milady, and Peppermint. Okay. Um, my thoughts on the rest of the portal is, Norns is a great Mythic Titan hero. Um, Guardian outdated, needs a costume and a lot of buffs to be relevant. Um, they got to figure out something with him. Not that he's bad. He only shines in very fast wars. Um, and in the same token, in one position, which is on the wing, which you have more better options on the wing than he is, and the damage is not detrimental. He needs a 200% increase, in my opinion, and to be very deadly, because then when you stack that on top of his 50% Feast Dead ally, um, if you have Kalo steal this ability, and you're alive, he gets a 400, and then stacking, when he's solo, you're looking at 150 increase, hitting everybody. If you're not at 100%, you're gonna be going down. Um, so I think that's the only way to really help Guardian Owl do anything or be worth using in this meta right now of the game. Alice needs a costume. Was great back in the day. 450 fast. Great sniper. She's a great support unit in today's meta, but nothing great. And she's, I'm just going through these guys quick because there's nothing special about them. Season 1, everybody knows about Caitlyn. If you have the costume, great. Massandra is interesting, but I don't like the small chance, under 50% chance for the additional hits when you have, characters like Anne that has a 100% chance of doing the additional hits, and more often than not, she always seems to attack the person with the highest HP first, and then goes to stack and hit everybody else. So I'm not sure why when they gave her a costume, they didn't just give her the ability to hit everybody, or and remove the percentage chance. But it is what it is. Baldor, don't recommend. Not a good unit. Too much randomization for my taste. Captain Kershaw, he's just very simplistic. But the damage is not there. Hopefully with his costume, he needs a higher percentage damage to be relevant. But he was great in his heyday when he first premiered. But just like Faline, the damage doesn't. His current damage doesn't live up to the current meta of the game. Boss Wolf, heard he's gonna buff to expand to all, but for very slow when you don't do anything. Your buffs have to be astronomical, and also your buff needs to boost mana, and not just the mana generation. It needs to boost mana because you don't do anything else. And setting up the reposit that can be dispellable does nothing. You get the mana generation, 24% mana generation, but on a slow unit, in regular, battles, this doesn't go off but once. And by then, trust me, unless it's just a really bad matchup that you selected to give yourself a headache, it's not worth it, in my opinion. Um, um, Rumpelstiltskin, I guess, is who they copied this name off of. His costume is great. The regular version is mediocre, not worth it. Sagrasso, he got a buff with average speed. I think it's over 400%. Um, Great in Arrow War, but is again he needs a costume to be relevant or the second limit break, and you can get better options for your second limit break at this point. So don't recommend it. Morgana Le Fay, hot garbage. She was actually my first 5-star that I ever got, and leveled up when I got tonics. And again, can't get tonics back, so it is what it is. She gets to keep them. Um, Whatever, hot garbage. Lord Loki is very niche support unit, lift status effects. So if you go against a team that, again, like Hurricane, Peppermint, and they want to give you all these status effects, lady, if you have Lady Loki and you already leveled up and you already invested in her, bring her on your team. Bring a healer. She's gonna lift all the cleanses. Let the healer come in, do everything, kick out some damage. So she's not bad. She's just not amazing. The damage is not great. You're gonna have to pair her with other people with elemental down, defense down, things of that nature. But um, she's a niche hero that just has ability to support your team, but she's not an aggressive attacking support. Guardian Chameleon, of course, everybody knows Titan hero. Really, really good at Mythic Titan. There's a lot of videos on a lot of the channels from the Mythic Titan. So if you want to see what that looks like, check out one of those. One of the guys who post, who have a big following. They showcased Guardian Chameleon's ability in Mythic Titan. Poseidon, if you have the costume. If you don't have the costume, not worth leveling if you get it, if that's your first copy. Hatter is one of the best support units in the game. Being able to steal the buffs, the spellable buffs from the opponent's side, spread it to your entire party's side, is amazing. He and Lord Loki are, I think, are the two premier support units in the game because of their abilities to um, pretty much have any special on in the battle at your disposal. Like you fire it and steal it with Hatter, or you get Lord Loki and you activate it first and steal the ability first, and cause some mischief and mayhem. So if you get Hatter, if you don't have a copy of Hatter and you just sit it in your box and when you have the tonics, definitely level him up. He goes into any war very fast, regular, where you can just come in and do anything that you need to do with Hatter, especially against teams that have like big extra buffs or heavy buff setups. And I think that's it. So I'm gonna do 10 polls. I got some coins here, and then I'm signing off. So good luck with your polls. If you're pulling on this Covenant, or I think it's it has an S rank hero and Milady de Winter, A in Green Knight, A in Hurricane, Cupid. I think both Phaline and Peppermint are Bs, but they're solid Bs. So if you get them and you don't have a choice, I definitely recommend level them up. All right. Let's do Nordry. Kiro. Sabina. Let's see much in this portal. Alright. Cedar. Knuckles. 10 pull. Let's go for it. Ugh. Captain Crushel. More feeders. Alright. Oh, got a 5-star. Can't complain. Best of luck to you in your summons. If you decide to pull, post in the comments if you got anything good. Or if you got hot garbage. See you in the next video.